it's over. The game is over, and let them enjoy their victory. And yeah, we go home now, get our minds off, or some guys like to watch film right away. We come back in tomorrow, look at the film, look at the stuff we're doing, right and wrong, and learn. And man, it sucks. Oh my God, we should have got this win, but it is what it is. We come back tomorrow, a new day, and keep working and keep staying together as a group. And yeah, I think we're heading in. Even though we didn't get the win today, we're heading in the right direction, and that's the most important.
The Dallas Mavericks lose a heartbreaker inside of the American Airlines Center tonight, where Austin Reaves, the undrafted player out of Oklahoma, is the hero for the Los Angeles Lakers. This is the Gray Area right here on Kevin Gray Sports. My name is Kevin Gray. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. Be sure to hit that subscribe button right there for all things Kevin Gray Sports here on YouTube. And you can catch me on your home of the Dallas Cowboys and Texas Rangers, 105.3 The Fan. The Los Angeles Lakers get a 107-104 win inside of the American Airlines Center. Austin Reaves hits the game winner with 0.9 seconds left in overtime after the Mavericks failed to use the foul that they had to give to try and reset things in overtime. Austin Reaves, on a cross-court pass from Russell Westbrook, nails a three-pointer with Tim Hardaway Jr. closing out to give the Lakers a 107-104 win to move to 16-13 on the season, dropping the Mavericks to 14-14 on the season. The Mavericks waste a terrific performance from Jalen Brunson in this game, who went 11 of 18 from the field, had 25 points. Kristaps Porzingis had 23 points and 12 rebounds despite shooting 8 of 23 from the field. The Dallas Mavericks shooting woes from the three-point line continue as they shoot just 27% from the three-point line in this game. The Mavericks had a foul to give with 15.2 seconds left after Maxi Cleveland hit a three to tie the game at 104 at the top of the key off glass. Jason Kidd saying after the game that we discussed fouling. We were supposed to foul, and we did not execute the play as far as getting the foul call was concerned, and thus allowing the Lakers to be able to have the play and allow Russell Westbrook to penetrate into the middle of the lane, kick it out to Reaves on the right side, and Reaves nails the three-pointer as time is about to nearly expire. The Mavs shot just 39.8% from the field in this game. They did use a 15-0 run in the second quarter to get back into the game after giving up 33 points in the first quarter. They held the Lakers to just 14 points in the second quarter to actually take a lead at halftime at 50-47. Unfortunately, in the third quarter, that's where things started to get going for Anthony Davis, who had come back after missing the last couple of games due to some left knee soreness of his own. He was able to get things really going for the Lakers in the third quarter to get them back into the game. And then the fourth quarter in overtime was back and forth throughout the entirety of that fourth quarter in overtime period. As I mentioned, Porzingis had 23 points on 23 shots, had 12 rebounds, at times allowed guys like Kent Bazemore and guys like Avery Bradley to lock him up in this game to make things difficult on him. Austin Reaves, who I mentioned, was the hero. 5 of 6 from the field, all 5 of his field goals coming from the three-point line. Here's what Tim Hardaway Jr. told me he saw on the final play as he was attempting to close out. He tried to make sure that I had mentioned Jalen Brunson, but here's what Tim Hardaway told me about what he saw on that final play to close out the game.
We were trying to take a foul. If you watch the film back, Doe tried to reach in and try to get the foul, but Braun did a good job of avoiding it, getting the ball away, getting the ball out of his hands quick, and finding Ellington. Puts Reggie in a tough situation. He tries to split the two, but realizes Wayne. So he closed down him, and they quickly pass to Russ. Russ catch and goes, drives middle, which we could have had an opportunity to foul there on JB's closeout, but it didn't happen. And Maxey comes up. I try to crack down on AD because I don't want the lob. At this point, it's a tie game. Russ makes a great pass to Reaves. Been shooting the ball with confidence all game. And there you go.
So Tim Hardaway giving a very detailed description about what happened at the end of the play, tried to close down and lock down, but it simply did not happen as Austin Reaves was able to nail the three-pointer at the end of overtime. This game was back and forth, especially in the fourth quarter and overtime. The atmosphere inside of the American Airlines Center tonight was absolutely raucous. The Stars came out to play. Several Dallas Cowboys were in the crowd, including Ezekiel Elliott and La'el Collins and others. Several powerful media members were in attendance, obviously with the game being on ESPN, with Luka Doncic not playing, who did work out prior to the game. He will be reevaluated as the Dallas Mavericks take on the Minnesota Timberwolves on Sunday. Luka Doncic will not make the trip to Minnesota. Jason Kidd saying pregame that Luka Doncic will stay behind in Dallas to continue to rehab the left ankle soreness that has plagued him throughout this season, and he will be reevaluated there to see when he will be next available to play. So the Dallas Mavericks will be without Luka Doncic for at least another game when they go to Minnesota on Sunday. As far as the Mavericks were concerned in this game, Reggie Bullock did not score a single point, a major disappointment in this game, going 0-4 from the field in a game that had a lot of excitement around it. Reggie Bullock was not able to contribute really much of anything in this game. The Mavericks continue to struggle from the three-point line, although they were able to do well in the paint, scored 40 points in the paint after scoring 54 and 59 points in the paint their last couple of games. They did force 14 Laker turnovers and converted 13 points off of those turnovers, but at the same time, were not really able to get things going as far as the three-point line was concerned, which is an evergreen statement that we have said throughout this entire season for the Dallas Mavericks. That will be something that continues to be a conversation from them going forward. But give the Lakers credit. They stayed in it. The Mavericks kept giving them chances. As we mentioned, the game going into overtime, Wayne Ellington hits a corner three-pointer on the left side after Maxi Kleber and Kristaps Porzingis were fighting for a rebound that they were not able to secure. Kristaps Porzingis saying after the game, look, I saw Maxi over there. I don't know if Maxi saw me, but I saw him. He must have thought I was off balance, and that's why he went for the rebound also, and we were not able to secure it, and the little things haunted the Mavericks in this game. The ball caroms off of their hands and lands in the hands of an awaiting Wayne Ellington, who knocks down the three-pointer to send the game into overtime. Then you get into overtime. Back and forth overtime period as far as the teams were concerned. Late game situations, not able to execute down the stretch. It's always something it feels like when it comes to the Mavericks where they be not making shots, hanging their heads when they're not playing well as far as the offensive shot making is concerned, and not getting back in transition. In this game, not executing the small details that would have given them an opportunity to maybe extend the game as far as the game was concerned by not getting the foul to try and reset things to make them get back into a defensive set that could have allowed them to prevent a shot from going up to extend the game even further. Kristaps Porzingis was extremely disappointed after this game, expressing frustration as far as the loss was concerned. I asked Kristaps Porzingis, I said, hey, how do you balance, obviously, the loss and getting over this loss with trying to learn from this particular game? Here is an exacerbated Kristaps Porzingis about how he felt after the game was over with. Take a listen.
Oh, it's over. The game is over, and let them enjoy their victory. And we go home now, get our minds off, or some guys like to watch film right away. We come back in tomorrow, look at the film, look at the stuff we're doing, right and wrong, and learn. And man, it sucks. Oh my God, we should have got this win. But it is what it is. We come back tomorrow, a new day, and keep working and keep staying together as a group. And I think we're heading in. Even though we didn't get the win today, we're heading in the right direction, and that's the most important.
So you can hear the frustration in Kristaps Porzingis' voice saying we should have won this game. And the Mavericks, I feel like, should have won this game. You played well to keep yourself in it, obviously, with the star power of LeBron James, who in this game had 24 points on 9 of 19 shooting. Russell Westbrook had 23 points on 8 of 18 from the field. He played 42 minutes in this game. Anthony Davis, as I mentioned, he played 39 minutes after missing the last couple of games due to knee soreness. Had a terrific third quarter to really get the Lakers back into the game and give them an opportunity to stem the tide after allowing the Mavericks to hold them to just 14 points in the second quarter. Anthony Davis had 10 points, going 4 of 8 from the field in the third quarter alone. So the Mavericks now fall to 14-14 on the season, 7-7 at home after a disappointing loss inside of a raucous American Airlines Center, and have to regroup going forward. But more importantly, still have to find a way to make shots, because that is still a major concern for this team, is their inability to knock down three-pointers on a consistent basis. We've seen this team at times have explosive outbursts, whether it be against the New Orleans Pelicans, which we've seen. We've seen this team have the kinds of outbursts that will allow them to play really good basketball. But at the same time, this is not a team that consistently is able to knock down shots like we saw against the Charlotte Hornets, where they were able to do so. Until this team can consistently knock down shots, find a way to be better defensively, Tim Hardaway Jr. at times a revolving door as far as his defensive effort is concerned, this team will continue to struggle and have the up and down and uneven play that we've seen throughout the season from them so far. And more importantly, executing the small details down the stretch is what good teams are able to do. This is a game where you weren't supposed to necessarily win, but you had a chance to steal a game, especially having won your last 2 games without Luka Doncic, to continue to build on the momentum and confidence that you were starting to get even without playing without Luka Doncic. And you had a chance to do that inside your own building to shut down the Laker fans that came in and poured inside of the American Airlines Center, and the Mavericks were simply unable to do that. But at the same time, that is something that will be a learning lesson going forward. The Mavericks fall 14-14 on the season, 7-7 at home after a 107-104 disappointing loss in overtime after Austin Reaves is the hero, despite the exploits of Maxi Kleber trying to save the game late in the end. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. Be sure to hit that subscribe button right there for all things Kevin Gray Sports here on YouTube. It's been another episode of The Gray Area. We'll talk to you later. Peace.